Welcome back to the PGL Major in Krakow. It is, of course, the final game, the grand final, and the final map is almost upon us as well. After 8 days of action, it all comes down to just one single map. First to 16, Immortals versus Gambit, or who knows, maybe a little bit more beyond. Yanko and Moses are back at the desk, and I feel a little bit of tension in the air, gents. I feel a little bit of tension because you are divided on where this is going now. I thought you were on the same page. Great analysts, great former Counter-Strike players that you are. I thought you know how this world works. But now, somehow, after 8 days, there is division on this desk.
8 days.
I don't know why. I think it's been a very long tournament, so I guess Jason is slowly the exhaustion is
It's got to his brain,
coming into play, and
I couldn't believe it when I heard you uttered that you thought Gambit was going to win this game.
Gambit is going to win this game hands down.
No, he's crazy, Paul.
Why?
Immortals, they're going to pecker slap these guys right out of the server. That's how it's going to happen on this third map, and no better map to do it on than Inferno, one of the greatest maps we have in all of Counter-Strike history. But that double op setup is going to be too much on this map. I think Mo had a great game we saw, but like he can't keep that up on Inferno. I think that's going to be a little bit difficult, especially on the T side. His opping is going to be way more rough. I think KNG as well, when he goes to the T side with the AK-47 in his hand, is going to be quite nice. He'll still be able to have an impact, and I just feel a lot more comfortable with Immortals on this map than I do with Gambit. I don't feel a whole lot of confidence out of them on Inferno.
And for the case for the defense?
I just can't wait for Daddy Zeus to break apart that double op setup with some nasty executes once they get some money going on. The only hope for Immortals here is something like win both pistols and then reset Gambit early on so they can never get their economy game going, because when they do that, on both sides, they have the superior game plan and the superior ability to adjust during the game.
All right, okay. These two have they've ended their fight just now. They're going to put their grievances aside as they head into the final game and enjoy it, no doubt. One's gone for Gambit, one's gone for Immortals. It's split down the middle here. I'm pretty sure it's the same in the arena as we head back to our commentary team for the final game of the PGL Major Krakow. Enjoy with Sadakist and Henry G.
Enjoy, indeed we will. It's going to be excellent all the way through. Immortals have been absolutely relentless on this map on a CT side. But Gambit, I think, are going to be a little bit up for it with their slower play style. Maybe that plays into their favor.
Especially that double orb comes out as well. I think they'll be shut down pretty quickly. The T-side executions coming from Gambit, the slow-paced gameplay. I think we could have a really deep map here. It depends who shows up. We saw it from Immortals on Cobblestone. Gambit looked much better on the second. Their stars starting to align. Here we go. We're getting into the third map. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise! Gambit on the CT side, Immortals on the T, 4 sets of armor, heading with the smoke, 2 flashbangs. It's looking like a very simple approach here. One smoke towards CT spawn perhaps, could go straight towards middle, smoke off the arch and explode together. Gambit without the kit here as we get into the third and final map of this major grand final.
All 10 players chasing their first major final victory. The Zeus will force him back with 17 HP left to work with. Bolts will start to work as well toward Banana, but Adren won't give that up easily. In fact, he's willing to take the fight on the USP. Goes back down, good shot, takes out Bolts. Lucas has gotten close though. Missed shots from Mo could be a problem, but no problem at all. He's gotten Lucas back down. KNG recognizes his rotation towards the library, and he'll get there first. So it still creates a possibility for the wrap that's now denied by Doja in pit. Zeus has gone to burrow his way inside of the site on 17. Steel gets closer. You've got to be careful though, because as he gets closer to the pit, he baits himself into Zeus. Good reaction from Zeus. Recognizes as well that they get so much closer, and Hobbit comes all the way around, and it's Gambit to take the pistol.
A pause coming in straight away. That's a team ace as well for Gambit, looking very good. Immortals with the fast play towards the top of middle, trying to get around that arch, but losing a pick on every corner. Holding the lines perfectly, Gambit Gaming. Fantastic job there on the CT side of Inferno. The pause comes in. This is a tactical timeout for Immortals. Interesting. I guess they're discussing, right, we're going to be forced into this second round. Maybe they had an incorrect call and they need to work something out. But they should be buying the Tech 9s here, armor as well. A player has jumped out of the server, so maybe it is technical. Maybe I'm getting a bit ahead of myself.
Because I didn't see anyone talking, especially Zach. Yeah, and I see an admin that's digging away at Lucas's PC.
They looked very quiet on that first map, but Gambit now really getting into it. A decent Inferno side. Have a look at the buys coming in on their side of the server. Zeus and Hobbit bring out the UMPs. We have indeed lost Lucas, so this is going to be technical. I assume he was dead. once he left, so shouldn't be any issues there. Headset is off, so it does confirm indeed there's the technical pause here.
Gambit again get the first pistol in the game. They've gotten 2. Immortals has gotten 3. Immortals got both in the first map, but importantly, the reason I mentioned it's the first pistol is because that's where Immortals' strength has been, getting a really, really fast start, and teams have been struggling all weekend.
Yeah.
Shut that down. I say weekend. Group stages, that wasn't seemingly the case, but now that they've been in the arena, every time you see scores of 7-2, 9-3.
Well, Lucas hopefully back into the server momentarily. And this is going to be a great start for Gambit here. They'll be buying up presumably a couple of rifles, some UMPs, trying to fend off the Tech 9s of Immortals.
Well, while we've got time, if you want to learn to play anything near the level that these guys play at, there's a website you can do it. G2 Astralis, SK, they're all on there. And they'll help you out with all their tips. It's boomio.com. Head over that way. And you'll be filled in with everything you need to know about Counter-Strike to get out of Silver 2.
Yeah, I'm going to check it out.
You need to get out of Silver 2, so that makes sense.
We'll see what we can do.
You broke your PC earlier. You were so mad about it.
Did you see that? It's quite a beautiful display, wasn't it?
I heard that actually is coming out of your paycheck for this event.
It is, but it was worth it, I think, for the way it exploded all over the floor. Just to demonstrate how angry I was at my teammates, I think it was worth it. You know?
Always the teammates.
Yeah, I never do anything wrong. You know that.
That's true. Frustratingly, I know that.
Well,
actually, guys, he only sent them to me. I have Doji's nudes, no one else.
Do you really?
Yep, I'll accept PayPal transfers for them.
You are very close friends with him. It's kind of strange how much you guys keep in contact.
True. Let's not get into my personal life now, Hank. This should be pretty quick getting Lucas's PC back underway.
Well, lovely round from Gambit. Immortals now on the chase. They have been good in these second round force buys. Gambit trying to bring a perfect round forward into number 2 here. Lucas not back on the server just yet. The buys will be coming in momentarily. I've been told it's just a couple of minutes and we should be ready to roll. Beautiful arena here, the stage. First time we've had a setup like this, the glass booth. I got to play in the map. I'll tell you what, it's completely silent in there. It's a very tranquil environment. You can't hear much. You can see out to the crowd as well. You can feel the hype, but it's a really, really nice to play in there. It's quite an honor, I have to say. It was lovely.
Beautiful looking, I will say. Suitable with the glass all around for the 360 setup. Which looks quite ominous right now with the lights on people's cell phones.
We didn't get a chance to really talk about the pre-game of Inferno. So from what you've seen so far, it seemed like Immortals were going to run away with this grand final where they had the perfect tee side on cobblestone, closed it out quickly as well. It seemed like there was no Gambit force whatsoever there. The big names weren't really fragging whatsoever. We go to train, and what a turnaround that was, especially from Mo. My God, what a showing he had. Just staring into the camera there. He knows he's on camera, apparently.
Yeah, I don't know how he knew that with his eyes closed. Immediately realizes it. This is getting a little weird. Who's going to last longer? His problem is he's going to dry his eyes out now, so if he misses op shots, it's because his eyes have gone dry. Ooh.
Oh, had to blink. Had to blink.
Oh.
Gave in.
One finger salute while he gave in there. That'll be hoisted, that trophy at the end of this game, no matter what.
Yeah, one map separates us from another major. And who would have thought these two teams in the grand final? Some of the biggest names we have in the game attending, of course. Not one of them really making it to the semi-final stage. It's kind of bizarre that we found ourselves in that sort of manner. But hats off to Gambit and Immortals for getting this far. We had some other lesser names in the playoffs as well. You think about Big, their journey to make it to the stage and have an impressive journey being another challenger team to get that far.
Yeah, very impressive, especially with them coming out of the lower bracket in the playoffs of the minor.
Yeah.
Had some issues in that event, and then look, as soon as we hit the final day and they swept everyone 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, thought, okay, great, that's fine. They look good going into a qualifier. I had them on the bubble of the qualifier to get in, and to come here and do as well as they've done is remarkable. And Gambit deserves a lot of credit for building that team the way that he has. But you can't discredit either of these two teams either, because no one would have predicted them to have the same amount of success. In fact, of these two, you might argue Gambit was a little bit higher rated, being a previous legendary team.
They're doing rock, paper, scissors for something in the booth over there.
Is that not communication?
I don't know, yeah, I guess it counts.
That's it. Throw the book at them.
Rock, paper, scissors. Lucas is joining the server. We're almost back into it. It was a very exciting way to kick off the pistol here on Inferno. And the buy starting to come through. Mo, he's gone for the scout. He's hit some pretty remarkable shots throughout the tournament with that weapon, so I don't blame him. But the force buy will for sure be coming in from Immortals here. The unpause will be called momentarily. We reset the round. Tech9's head armor. The problem with this buy is you don't actually get really any utility. A player that found a frag on the pistol, sure, you can get one smoke. That's about it. The rest of them, though, Tech9's armor, it's KNG with that one smoke. I guess if you rush towards B, get the first pick, snowball effect, pick up an SMG, smoke CT spawn, you have a chance of winning the round. I think that's one of the few viable options you have right now. You can go towards top middle, smoke arch, concentrate towards quad, but I feel like you'd get crossfired to death at that point.
Back underway, Tech9's out, +1 CZ for Immortals. Fast from Zeus and Mode across top middle, no nades down. Range a factor when you look at the SMGs. Scout certainly has it, but it's got to hit shots. It does against Henny, good tag. It was down to 31 very early. Closer to the top, vault middle. Banana looks to be a contest. Dren's very low and in the wall. They won't necessarily check this side right away, but you need some support because they'll rush through with Tech9, which we know can be fast. Hobbit, oddly enough, has the bigger distance to cover on the MP9 instead.
Not as fast as expected from Immortals, getting peppered down there. Bolton 64 HP, Henny at 31. Adren and Hobbit there, full control Banana. You see Hobbit there on the wall, trying to bait in his teammate there, but Adren being left for dead apparently, as Hobbit wants to rotate back towards the A side. And look at the T presence in front of him. He has no idea. They could explode any second. They don't need the flashbang. They can't really do anything about that close range of position. But if they get a refrag with only one going down, they should be fine.
Timing with the smoke, Adren! He goes out perfectly, no smoke required. As soon as the smoke started to dissolve, Hobbit did head back. He was hoping they'd funnel him toward A, so it was a set timer on his abandonment. And as he arrives back in, he arrives in style. SMG, naturally, as they are SMGs, will get all the kills and put Gambit up 2-0.
Adren, I thought he'd get one, maybe two there, but he finds three, does damage to a fourth as well. Manages to pick up the round single-handedly, buys enough time for his teammate to rotate and finish things off with the MP9 as well. Nothing really achieved there for Immortals in the second round force buy. Round number 3 has to be the full eco here. No bomb plants as of yet. Immortals struggling here on Inferno so far, but very early days. This should almost be a guaranteed 3-0. I think we've got some nades going down towards bottom and middle from what I can see. Incendiaries as well. No damage inflicted just yet. It's the Banana Rush and Adren looking to add to his frag total here.
Play Hobbit again. That MP9 finds 4 kills for him in total. Doge is able to work down middle, and they're locked inside of Banana, which they will not get any further. 3-0 for Gambit. They've reinvested one on Adren as he went down on round 2. He bought an M4. Yeah. This is where they have a decision to make, going against AKs. And I think Hobbit is going to make that decision. He's dropped off the MP9. It doesn't have the armor penetration. I imagine an M4 comes out for him.
Or he could drop the AWP from Mo as well. That's an option. But he's got a scout right now. And I guess in terms of this situation, he wants to keep that weapon.
He's going to keep it.
You keeping the MP9?
He did. He grabbed it. So they've gone SMGs, MP9, UMP ×2, a scout, and the M4 carried over on Adren. This is about as big as a bonus round as you can get.
Yeah, absolutely. 3 SMGs and a scout as well. Very unlikely to win this round. A little bit of damage inflicted with a nade there towards Bolts. Mo firing also speculative shots there towards these steps. Doesn't get anything just yet. Same story for Henny towards Banana. It's Adren though, once again. He's looking so good in this Banana area. Dictating the pace. It's his area of the map. You're not having any of it. It's 5-on-4. Lucas and Henny trying to get the refrags here, but they've lost control. They still have smokes and flashbangs to work with here, but Hobbit burrows himself in towards a locks position. Adren to bait him in further. And that's the perfect position for that MP9, is it not? Even if he gets one frag, that's enough. Lucas surely going to check this. He's not. What's he thinking?
Wow. Hobbit burrows in. Lucas goes down.
Gotta check that. He loses full control of Banana. He just walks past. Doesn't even think about that being a possibility. This is a full bonus round as well. Tags coming in towards Henny. It's falling apart for Immortals here.
And they just picked up an AK, which is why we talked about the bonus. Where you get the kill reward of an SMG, plus the guns that were brought in by Immortals. And Advantage they have. A scout's going to come into it. Apparently staring at his screen didn't dry those eyes. Might have watered a few fans of the Immortals side, though, because he gets a brilliant shot. KNG and Henny, the last alive. With mere HP to work with, working through CT as well is KNG, but Bomb is still well away from there. Heading back down to Banana. They split this 1-1. There's still 2 to find in the site.
Yeah, some damage inflicted there by KNG. Time ticking away. Bomb at the bottom of Banana as well. Hobbit's watching that area, and Adren hits another shot. That's going to be this round done. And he has to save the weapon. Immortals shut down there. Some blunders coming through there, Matt. The fact they didn't check that Log's position where Hobbit was, that's a pre-fire of anything. If you lose full control Banana, you at least base check it, give it something. That's the 4 players surviving. An MP9, a scout, and 2 UMPs. They upgrade to AK-47.
And they got them. Yep, they got there just in time after the round ended, so they got the AKs carried over. That is a perfect bonus round.
Yeah, they get all the rifles now. They've got an AWP on Mo. He has to buy that, of course, but still, their money's starting to swell now. Might as well start to spend some of it. Don't want to get to 60K too early. 4-0. The AK has been saved by Henny, but he can't drop anything. He survived, of course, no bomb going down, so that means he gets no money into this round. His teammates coming in with the partial buy, knowing they have maximum loss bonus next round. So some deagles. And, well, that deagle's gone, unfortunately. It's Lucas that goes down. Mo getting into the zone now. He looks so good on train, carrying on that good form. Some stellar scout shots in the previous as well. 5-on-4. Henny with the AK-47 has to try and find something here at the top of middle.
And he waits with the AK. Only one. Bolts has already cleared out toward Boiler. Steel's working in toward the apartments. They nearly have a confrontation. Doja and he inside of the smoke. Doja sprays through 17 HP for Steel to work with. Nade gets him. Zeus. The alley-oop will take him out. KNG starts to work off toward the arch. He was occupied looking still toward apartments, so he could actually get close, but he's got a Dread to be with him, and he's got the speed and grace to get back in time. Only speed and grace. He's got guns everywhere, all over the place. Down goes yet. Takes out Henny, covered off both sides. Perfect hold from Gambit.
Absolutely perfect. Facing towards T-steps in Ozil, definitely not a possibility. Mo's feeling brave, he gets 2 kills. Nice teamwork as well. As you said, the alley-oop setup. Dozier's called as a low HP player towards the apartment. Zeus capitalizes, throws a nade in, finds the kill, and also finds 5-0. Maximum loss bonus now for the Immortal side. $3,400 per player, but no orb coming out. Henny yet to frag, same story as well. 2 others, 4 players without frags right now, Matt. Only KNG's final kill after 5 rounds. That's kind of unbelievable.
It's so good as they stack the Madren and Hobbit collect not only 1, but almost 2. They do 196 damage. Bolts left on 4. Mo takes out KNG. Slow peek will not work out that door. WP still to play with. At Arch will finally back off with some utility down, but it can afford to do so.
This is a bloodbath. The Immortals just can't get going here. The HE grenade's brutal. And it's bolts, like you said, 96 damage inflicted. They have to go towards quad. Lucas is in a decent position, but Zeus, perfect flashbang, sets Dozier up. Surely more kills coming in here. And Dozier looking to mow them down, but still finds him.
Shot in from Bolt to return Lucas. They've opened it up somehow. It looked impenetrable, but now they're all over the site. Lucas is able to hit Adren as well. Rotation back for Hobbit, 1 versus 3. They've got money, so might as well go for it. Shut them down early, especially if you can just get money out of them at the very, very least. Bolts is inside of the site. He's the low HP. Head shown from Steel, but how quick can he aim to the left because Steel's already spotted him? And Immortals finally do get around.
How do they recover that situation? It was looking so good for Gambit. 5-on-3 of 1 player of 4 points of health as well. They get towards quad, and this explosion comes through. The setup was perfect from Gambit. Dozier in the pit, flashbanged in by his teammates, but can't hit their shots there. Needed more accuracy, and there's the HEs at the very start. So brutal, seemed the round was done. But here's the replay. Steel going to town with that AK-47. Great recovery, but like you said, plenty of money available for Gambit now. Zeus knows that round should have been theirs, but that's the recover now. Can reset Immortals going into the next round. The ult's back out for Mo, flashed off middle. He falls back, passes them back in return. Default round now from the Immortal side. Nothing too aggressive from Gambit either. They throw the same nades, but I don't think Immortals will be walking into those again.
So quickly. Doji again's going to contest toward the apartments. Won't be inside of the hall this time. Hobbit's making his way down toward Banana. Didn't check him last time he was here.
Indeed. Problem is, these pushes, it does expend your utility. Hobbit gets on the wall position. Can be left alone, but usually better with the AWP there.
Some damage, didn't even hit. Backs off smartly though, doesn't need to re-peek it. Catch me if you can angle, and they've already spotted it, so no need for more. Lucas starts to work his way out from Boiler. Doja again tasked with holding off on the quad side. Utility thrown by Mo to help support the cause and slowing them down inside of the apartments. Maybe that gives Doja a chance to work with Zeus to retake and claim some territory, but you've got to watch Top Banana with Bolts and Henny, because if they get a kill, this goes back that direction. Bomb, Steel, it's already heading there now. 25 seconds, it's going to be on B. It's all down to Hobbit and Adren. It's all for Cell on KNG. They'll try and get up as fast as they can. 4 on the site versus the 2 inside of it, and Hobbit, he's already got the first kill. Adren's got the second. And it's a follow-up as Adren gets through the smoke. Hobbit does the damage. Henny's going to try and plant as fast as he can. 8 seconds, he won't even bother. He gets off of it, and he gets found. Adren shuts them down, and Gambit reset Immortals immediately.
It was a clever approach there from Immortals, trying to show that presence towards top of the middle, sell something on that side of the map, potentially force a rotation. But Zeus, he finds the kill just about, comes down to 1 bullet there, and they're going towards Banana. But what a setup that is. Both players boosted, 1 in CT spawn, 1 at first oranges, taking the aggro from one another, and it's just a perfect setup. Immortals could do nothing about it. Didn't have the utility to really finish that round off, and Gambit extend their lead to 6-1. It's a full reset as well. 2 players on less than $2,000. They can force into this if they want to. Steel and Bolt with 4,500, but they'll take a pause. What's the best point of approach? This setup is just so brutal. Just as they're staring at first oranges, they assume they've heard the call. He's boosted. They go and check that position, but they're not thinking about CT spawn. And trying to finish things off as well. After looking so quiet on Cobblestone, he's looking fantastic here on Inferno. And number 8, the unpause comes in. They will indeed force into this map. This could be so disruptive to their economy going forward. Again, 2 AKs and 3 pistols.
Bit of an interesting read from Hobbit, though. I think he's expecting less of a buy.
Yes, you're right.
Because he's gone for the MP9, and against armor, as we mentioned before, the penetration isn't really there.
But he gets to positions like sandbags and that B position towards logs. So there's plenty of angles there. First oranges, it's actually a pretty viable weapon on a map like Inferno. There's plenty of places you can just dig yourself into. And yes, you're probably right. He does think it's going to be up against an eco here. But the force spike coming through, this is such a gamble now from Immortals.
A Gambit from Immortals.
Yes.
Mission goes back from out early toward CT. They don't have quite the same setup. Force spy gets closer. Doja alone this time has Zeus to start rotating over. Forward of the position, and Pit, what a shot from Steel. Through the edge of the hay bale, he's able to find it quickly. Zeus will get in the sight. Immediately finds one. Looks for another. Has to get off the position if he's not careful because he's running out of ammo, and Lucas is able to capitalize, but Adren is in position quick enough. Not out of the woods just yet because they are on the site with smoke to hold off. The CT's bomb needs to go down now. If they've ever had a chance, it's in the moment, and immediately they do so. Headshot position as well at Graveyard for Henny to work with. Flash goes back out to quad. Henny misses the chance. He's down to 18. He's gotten damage in, but no kills. And that's going to cost them. He and his brother simultaneously fall to the same HP, and they'll simultaneously fall inside of the side. Or will they? Lucas has other plans. He's gone down to a one-on-one, but not enough to find Mo.
They gave it absolutely everything there, Immortals. Trading the frags. Lucas trying to step up towards the end there. 3 kills in total in that round, but it wasn't quite enough. Sure, the bomb gets planted, but there's no real chance of recovering from that situation. It's 7-1. Surely they take an eco here. Can't force by again. Definitely dicey there for Zeus. He finds that 1 kill, buys some time for the rotations. That MP9 wasn't so tantalizing after all, it seems. Couldn't really cause any sort of damage there, but Gambit hold on just about. And I think I see the force spike coming in again, Matt. Immortals really want to force the issue here. They know that Gambit, sure, they're having close rounds, but they've built up so much early money at the beginning of this half. Surely this doesn't work out for them. 2 Deagles, a Scout, 1 AK. And the Scout shot hits, Mo down to 31 HP, but still a lot of work to do here.
Still in play for Mo, even though it's been pushed back. Disco more passive. Again, closer toward A, but no commitment this time. Good find for Hobbit. Good start.
Indeed. A couple of force buys here from Immortals. Not looking too promising here. Hobbit just has full control of the banana area every single time, doing more damage to Henny there as well. Looking very confident, I have to say. A mid-approach now. That solo AK-47 really needs to find some heads here.
Forward position again for Doja to get out of the pit. Zeus has to be ready. Around they go. He's very, very near the wall. Single flash might catch him. He's going to be forward enough. It's going to actually hit Doja if they're not careful. He's so close to it. He's so close to it. Dodges it. He goes, but he gets shut down. Nearly a lineup chance, but Lucas opens up the possibility of error inside of the site. Crossfire set with Mo in the AWP. That's enough for tunnel vision. And Doja just barely gets a kill as Steel strikes back. He'll fall in the pit.
Another decent attempt there from Immortals. They make things uncomfortable, but Gambit, they're absolutely fine. They can buy up around. There's 3 players on them up $10,000. 2 force fires in a row. Immortals, they're getting close, but it doesn't matter. You need to get rounds on the board at this stage. There's still plenty of rounds left, but 8-1. The scoreline's starting to increase. I thought that was the moment there for Zeus. I thought he was going to get a 3-man spray down, but didn't work out like that. The flashbang was good. Lucas turns around 180, takes him down. Enjoying himself though, Zeus. He knows. He can smell the victory. Finally, a major championship could be coming his way. Has to be the full eco here for Immortals.
He certainly tasted defeat. To be on the other side, a dream for Zeus. For all of them, to be fair, but a longer journey for him. The pistols this time. The force buys have to run out eventually, and they have. Bolts flirts with shots through smoke that actually seem to have an upward trajectory. I imagine they're anticipating Hobbit to be using the top of the wall. He's done it enough. Again, the fortified A positions as they rotate over, leaving Hobbit on his own.
Well, options very limited, I have to say here. Hobbit once again, just full control of banana. This is a massive problem for Immortals. If they're not going to challenge it, it needs to retake in the mid stages of the round. He's had too much freedom on this side. You can see 4 players towards the 8. He gets a nice early call, flashes them off, buys some time, quarter of a rotation. He'll be absolutely fine there. Henny, 8 HP, he's done damage. And he sets himself up once again. Changes the line. Hobbit towards the coffin position, Adrenaline CT spawn. Surely Immortals don't even find a frag here. No nades, nothing to cover off this crossfire.
Dren waiting for the right moment to take one step right. That moment's now. Hobbit's already found the first Hobbit. He's got them all. He's lining them up. He's got 4 and an ace for Hobbit.
Up against the eco, but it's still beautiful. Hobbit's turning up to this grand final now. Was absent in the first map, but the second and third, they've been his. 9-1, Immortals now running out of chances. Need to start posting rounds on the board. No orbs really as of yet. And Matt, I have to say, I'm going to look at the scoreboard right now. Henny, after being the MVP of Cobblestone, is on 1 for 9. We need him to start showing up. If they're going to have any chance of winning this third map, you can't have a player that absent. Number 11 here, Mosin on the AWP, and it's going to be towards Banana, but take him down. Finally challenging his Banana position.
Out goes Hobbit. They've had troubles with him, KNG with both, but he's stuck between flames. Oh, how does he find a gap? 1 brick to step on, and somehow he gets there. Floor is lava, Henry.
It is indeed.
Hobbit, by the way, sits with 14 and 4. Adren 15 4. They're way up, but they don't expect KNG to be in the position that he is. He's able to find his 3rd kill. And it's down to Doja and Zeus, who have rotated all the way over toward the B side. If they take bomb to A, they're in the open.
Finally, they're challenging that Banana position. That's been a huge issue for them, but Zeus, he's still there. Gets tagged up in the process, but he makes the round at least viable with the CTs. Dosia now to defend, but he's on the other side of the map. A is completely open. That should conclude this one. Immortals, that's what they need to do. Use the Molotov. You've got utility to expend. That's what it's useful for. Pushing the CTs back, not allowing them to have full control of B is a massive issue. And they managed to at least step up this time. KNG, one of the big names for Immortals, 3 kills in that round. Zeus got 2 in return, but that's going to be it now. They don't really have the option to retake this. Save the AWP, Zeus picks that up, and they'll just hold at the B-bomb site.
Lots of money, though, there is, though, for Gambit, so they couldn't try and take down any weapon. All of them are beneficial at this point in time.
Immortals now feeling like they know what to do to challenge this Banana position. So Gambit has sent even more firepower there, bring more HP.
This is so smart.
Party.
Oh, this is huge. Doji's throwing a nade into the corner just as the bomb's going to go off. They're both going to go down. Get brained on. Doja with the dunk. That's so smart.
I've never seen that before. Coming into that position, you can survive in the pit for anyone who's not aware. Him coming and throwing the AG grenade at that spot, just as the bomb goes off as well, takes them both down. Sure, he doesn't get the frags for it, but he denies them so much money going forward as well. That's one of the sickest ideas ever. They land in their faces and then they both die. That's so smart. He realizes it as well. He loves it.
That's incredible.
That's so cool.
I was just thinking, why doesn't he push apartments? If you know they go there and then he pulls the nade, that's even smarter. No risk, takes down 2 AKs. Spectacular.
Very good. That's a very interesting play, I have to say. Towards middle now, contact's up, and it's going to be Mo falling back here. They're going to commit, try and stick as a wolf back and see if they can find the first frag.
How to win a game with Doja. Clever tactics indeed. Steal. To find his way back into Boiler. They have gotten to top mid early. Smoke will go down toward Arch, but it's now gone. Adren's waiting. He's behind the statue in CT. He can peek accordingly. Makes connection early. This will pull Zeus back over, but Henny was ready on the angle. Finds the kill. Adren somehow survives, but only Justin will eventually fall. Mo, last line of defense, stuck inside of the site. Direct gets an open angle. Fast shot. Hides the way behind the pillar. He's expecting a push from Quad, and he might get one as well. The bomb's getting inching and closer and closer. He's gotten Henny down. He's got a chance to go for Henny. Excuse me, it's Bolt. He's got that as well, but not quite. It's a tag through the edge of the box. Bahamut arrives, and Gambit find number 10.
Mo is just so sick. What is that awareness? And no, there's a possibility players coming from Quad as well. Nails that first roll, that was impressive. But the second was even better. Just buying time for the rotation to come in. And Gambit, that's so huge. 10-2, money in the bin for Immortals, another reset. That shot was sick. Then just staying alive, like you said, knows exactly where he is, uses that pill up. And this job, nothing you can do about this. Punished with Bolts and Henny. 2 kills, 11 deaths. He's having a rough time. So's Bolts as well, same scoreline for him. Beyond rush to see what we can do here. They do find the first kill. Can they get anything more?
Lucas gets Adren to follow it, as you mentioned. Mo now ready with the AWP. Nade's gonna go through. It's a little light, it's a little late. So to as much damage, Lucas is therefore able to survive. Pick up the guns on entry. Zeus wants to attack fast. He knows the situation with their economy, but he's got to be careful against the wall. Firing in. He's gonna go for the reload at the exact wrong moment. Steel strikes. Mo does the same in return, but they've still got work to do. Waiting for the angle to present itself, but there's no need for it to do so. Well, he's been whittled down ever so slightly, so this time they can't necessarily afford to go all in. Try and take weapons away. Fine for Doja as they want to cross over to grab yet what was remaining in M4. Go on at this point. It's about economy, and Doja is the one to punish it again. 10-3 Immortals find another round. Gambit still in control. And they'll carry the op over on Mo. And be able to buy around it quite easily as well.
A banana rush there for Immortals, working out again. That seems to be the only strategy they've got that's actually finding consistent success. The scoreline's 10-3. Actually, though, Gambit are starting to get whistled down. If Immortals win the next one, they could find us over 10-5. But that's a tall order. The way Gambit are playing right now, I'm not sure that's going to be a possibility. For now, they do have the full buy. Mo back on the AWP. It's probably with 15 kills. And Dren 60, and they've been so strong together. Number 14 now, bolts down to Khalil. Haven't really seen the AWPs at all on this T side, which is fine. We don't expect to, but with this team, I thought we'd even see double AWPs on the T side of Inferno, just to mix things up like we did on Train.
Smoke down top, Banana Bolts is inching closer. Hobbit goes past him again, back to the coffins. Bolts backs off ever so slightly.
And they've got that banana control. That's something that's been a massive problem for Immortals generally. It's Bolts and KMG that hold that side of the map. More of a default round now. Established control, taking vision away from the CTs, but they're running out of utility now. Still have a couple of smokes remaining. Trying to get some sort of a pick here, but maybe smoked out a banana once again. Bolts trying to find a gap. There is a slight one there, but can't do anything with it. The bomb is on that side of the map as well. Time ticking away. They head back towards middle. It's stealing the apartments. Lucas and KNG to take the point.
Oh, that's a big kill to find. He's one of the 2 players that have it. Katie gets aggressive. Steal with a great entrance. It's all on to Zeus. In the sights. Finds the fight. Down goes Lucas and Bolts to follow as it's Hobbit to get the kill. But KNG goes back toward the apartments. He thinks he's got a trap set for Adren, but the trap he sets seems to have caught his leg. Not quite. Good shot. Hobbit to 1 versus 2. 15 seconds, bomb just goes down. Does he spot KNG? The flash went in. I think he may have.
Must have done.
If he didn't, someone called it. He's trying to bait it out with shots toward the site. He definitely knows he's there. And 14, 550 left in the bank. He's got to go now if he goes at all. KNG refuses to peek, refuses to move. Neither does Henny. He'll go. Bold play. This time he's close enough. KNG takes the bait, but looks away the wrong time, and he comes out to get the kill.
KNG is performing, I have to say. The rounds they've been winning, he's been fragging hard. 4 kills from there, and that round, looked like Zeus might have just done enough there, but the pincer coming from the arch side shut him down. And it came down to Adren as well. That was the key frag. He walked past a live position, goes to the full spray. He could have saved that one, but didn't happen. This is the moment just then. That one right there. Adren, if he finds that frag, they probably win the round. But KNG, very disciplined. Didn't overcommit, and we did say 10-5 was a possibility. Gambit have to force buy into round number 15 here. Current scoreline is 10-4. UMP, CZs, and the Orc Promo. It was looking so good for Gambit. It was going to be a very one-sided affair, but Immortals have found something here.
Adren and Hobbit looking to get aggressive. Hobbit with just the CZ.
Double orb set up on the T side. I did say, Matt, it might be coming out at some point. We're getting the last round.
It's a tough time to do it, though, because if there's any misses, if there's any margin for error, Pistols, if they get close, will capitalize, and already there's some damage done to Bolts and KNG. Yeah,
it cost them around on the train side, but we'll see if they find any success. There's decent damage done towards Bolts and KNG. And Dosia to open things up. He finds Lucas.
Great start. Repeat needs to be careful. What's the shot? Oh, from Steel. He got dinked. Nearly missed the spray on the AK. Further damage, though, to aid to the fact that the guns aren't the favor. That's exactly the point, because Adren taking down KNG. It's all adding up. 15. Immortals might lose control. Blade is Steel inches in with no HP just to get the AWP.
Could have waited a couple more seconds there, but he wanted him. Takes a tick of damage down to 9. 35 seconds now as Bolts. He heads towards top of middle, trying to find that pick. He seems to know where Zeus could be. Zeus is there with the UMP, not going to face, wants to keep running down the clock.
Closer and closer they get to Adren. AK at the ready. Thinks of going toward quad, but no, is there someone above? Mo finds that. Now they'll both peek. They'll both peek together. Adren's got it. Henny, good response. But he was going to go for the wall bang, but he can't afford to because Zeus is popping out. 11-4. Gambit, CT side done. And an incredible half. You've got to watch out for Immortals on T side, but that sets the tone.
Just marvelous stuff there from Gambit generally. I have to say, Immortals, that double orb setup on the T side is questionable. One orb is difficult to utilize correctly there. Double orbs in the final round, you said it. The pistols become a massive issue there, they certainly did. Couldn't establish any sort of map control, very slow default. First kill comes towards the opponent and it all falls apart. Tagged up, naded at the start as well. It's Gambit 11, Immortals 4. And we switch things over. They'll take as much time as they need here. They're able to have about 30 seconds before you have to commit. Gambit win this pistol map. Good lord, that could be the end of Immortals' run here. They need this desperately.
What a reverse series. First map, Immortals were incredible.
Yeah.
There was no chance for Gambit. Battered everywhere on cobblestone. Bit of a brawl on train, and now it's Gambit that have the lead early.
That's it. We're coming to the end of this major now. Let's make sure we blow the roof off. The pistol begins. Gambit with 4 sets of armor. They've got 1 flash, and Zeus with the Tech 9 as well. It's Bolts who wants to get aggressive, trying to find that first headshot. Can't do it just yet, but KNG can. Takes down Zeus.
Very, very important kill. He doesn't lose much HP either, so he's able to back off. That changes as he gets faced off, but Bolts is able to walk back out and steal as ever. Chimes in at the right time, Dosia down, it's on to Mo, and Mo's gonna be found peeked out. All 5 stay alive. Immortals have exactly what they need for a fast CT start.
Very good with the pistols, it seems. Throughout this tournament, Immortals have looked stellar with the silenced USPs. It's Bolts and Steel doing tremendous work there. Steel especially looking very, very strong, I have to say. No bomb goes down for Gambit, meaning we have to have a force buy here in the second round. Tech9's very similar situation to what we saw in the first half. Do not get much utility to work with him. Everyone commits. Head armor, Tech9, no nades. What's the play here? Do you go for a fast B take? Try and get that first pick. Have to negate the grenades to begin with.
Hobbit flirting with what's on the other side of the banana wall. And deep smoke means Henny has options. He's got support. Lucas is there as well. As the wave circulates the arena. Tag on KNG, he goes down to 19. We just have to force him back. It's Doja getting smoked inside of apartments, though he'll rotate around. They'll take over top mid instead. And they could actually push through. If Lucas gets caught right now, and back to B. What a run and gun from Mo. It's going to be that call on the fly. That opens up everything. Bomb heads towards CT. One player has to stay to watch rotations. And inside of the site, Henny is all that remains.
Yeah, and he's had a rough game. Whenever there's a chance to step up, this would be it. They're coming towards Ruins. It's Zeus to challenge first. Can he find a shot? He can't just yet. Henny stays alive and does damage to the second.
Second one's important, but it also was the bomb, which means it's planted. If it was the other way around, it would have caused bigger chaos. He would have been able to control and potentially get a double, but bomb going down for Gambit. They're going to circle back in toward Henny. Henny's got them both, though. He'll shut them down. Thankfully, Adren stays alive to try and control the round, but he's got to run far away just to get a gun. There's kits on both players, 22 and 29. That gun could do it if it finds both fast enough. If it sprays in, trade potential's the factor. They can't line up. They cannot body block the defuse. He's got to be immediate. Tapped already to pull him back in. Shot out. Bait comes back and Steel does it perfectly. That's the setup. They had to run and Immortals control the rounds.
So close there. So many amazing picks with Tech9. The clothesline and the arch position as well. That was a 5-on-3. We said Henny. He's been non-existent in this third map, and he steps up in the Ruins position as well, finds the first kill. Sure, the bomb goes down, and he gets that double frag to secure the round almost. It was still a difficult situation. Trent definitely had a chance of in that one, but Henny keeps the Immortals' head above water here, and it's another force buy from Gambit. Not going all in with the bomb down, though. They get Tech9's head armor again. They know the CTs are low, and they do win one of these force buy rounds. That's it. Immortals have no money whatsoever. Round number 18. Another default play here. They have got one smoke this time, Gambit, but the orb's out. Henny looking to find some form, maybe revitalize after finding 3 frags in the previous. Did find his first shot, takes Hobbit down to 16 HP.
Leg shot. Tech9's will start the brawl. Flash goes deeper than Doja was standing, but already Bolts has backed off. Toward the top of middle, but won't commit just yet. They're passive as well. KNG all the way toward Library. Middle position. Smoke goes over, lands at Library. KNG identifies it, knows that they're likely heading that direction. Pop, flash, back out. They have bypassed. They're going to wrap toward Library as well. They stay to take the fight. Zeus wins it. They've got control of the situation, but they've got to contend with the fact, not only with a gap in the smoke, that there is an M4 for Steel. It's going to pop out when they least expect it. Low HP on Zeus. He can't take the fight. Good read. Great read from Steel to know that Adren was still in there.
He had to step up, and he's certainly delivering so far. 3 kills for Steel, just as it looked like the round was going to fall apart. It's up to Zeus now, but nothing he can do. The round's recovered once again. It's Immortals with the 4-on-1 advantage. Hobbit, 16 HP in the apartments, bombed down. Somehow they do it again, and it's Gambit knowing as they find those kills, they had position, but Hobbit, nothing really he can do here, has to walk out to his certain death. They had the first pick, they had outside control as well, players at quad, and the apartments were still, knowing he had to step up, he said, the gap in the smoke, that was everything. Faces the corner, finds the first kill, 180 flick towards the Library as well. Still, fantastic work, and that's got to be the eco now for Gambit. Now we're getting somewhere with Inferno. 11-7, Immortals back in this one.
Definitely back into it. We know their CT side is very, very aggressive. They had a huge lead over Big. They'll take the fights, they'll set the tempo, and Gambit cannot afford to let this slip at all. The game was far from done at 11-4 at half. Second shot by Steel. So I recognized that they were wrapping back that direction instead of all the way through CT.
Sure. Yeah, that looks so good from Steel. Oh, they're force bang again. Oh, Gambit.
That's risky when you've got a 4-round lead.
Yeah, with this sort of lead, with the 11-4 half, I don't think this was required. They'll get 4-stage loss bonus next round, which is, I think, $900, but I guess they got about 1,000 per player, so they still have some sort of a buy, but Zeus with the AK, he's gone all in.
Back out for the peek. Again, they get the leg shot. Successful by Henny, but not for the kill. They're getting closer inside of the smoke. They're not up there just yet. He will back off. Can't afford to stay close. He does conceal a number of players on pistols.
Well, in terms of utility for the Gambit side, 4 smokes, flashbangs, and it's looking like a banana execution could be everything for them. Try and shut down Henny. He's got the AWP, low HP as well. This could work out for them. Trying to break down the Immortals money desperately here. 5 players on this side of the map. The smokes are coming momentarily. We can see Henny. He's ready to battle.
Indeed, misses the first shot, but position. Take it back. He did it, but that's how quick it was. Position to get immediately toward new box. Can't quite hit the second shot with Adren taking down Lucas on the AK. He's going to get himself in a position to get Henny. Smokes are perfectly placed in accordance for the plan. As KNG goes quick toward Ruins, Mo's got it down and he's already retreated to his safe haven at New Box. They will not play Emo. The Dren's left in the open as a result of that choice. Mo's got to get a backward shot, but KNG immediately trades it. Doge has gone between them. Not only is this man sexy, he's smart. He's going all around them. Tech9, they've already come from this position. UMP picked up, they spot that knowing KNG again is the one to shut it down with 3 kills.
Gambit just can't get to break in the second half. It's going to be 4-0 in Immortals' favor. So many tense rounds, so many close moments as well. Dosia, absolutely right, that was a smart play. Pushing through CT spawn, manages to negate everyone there in the smoke, but unfortunately, they're waiting for him, and Immortals do take the round. They're looking much better here in the second half. With the bomb going down as well on our 4-stage loss bonus, we do have a buy just about. As I said, Zeus, he was all in the previous round, so he's down to just a Tech9. The 4 AKs around him, it's still decent. Double orb set up. They love it. This is when they're absolute strongest, KNG and Henny. Can they get rolling against this slow, methodical plays out of Gambit? The executions now will be coming in, more default plays. Surely they'll deny the picks.
Double op. Stays a little more passive than you might expect with the early Molotovs. They can't get in toward Banana, so Henny has to hold from top as a result. This is the first shot. I think that again hits. Again, he hits every time. Zeus, he's hit a leg. 3 consecutive rounds. Or at least early damage.
Well, they've managed to pick up banana control here. You're right, Zeus made it up. 4 players towards this side of the map. Dosia alone in the apartments. He'll be falling back. Doesn't show too much presence, but denying CT vision in that particular area. He'll be joining his teammates, and they'll presumably send Zeus in first with just a Tech9. Smokes deployed. Is this the bait and switch show? They're hoping to bait out a utility. Doesn't look like it. It's the full commitment as Hobbit goes in first.
Oh, missed smoke inside. Henny's pinched into the corner. Question is, do they wrap and find him? AWP still at the ready. They go over top. It's even better. Lucas is forced away. He could serve ammunition while he sprays through. He'll swap out with KNG on the AWP. Another plant for Gambit. Flash KNG catches Hobbit and Dren, but only for a brief second. And gets his vision back just in time as well as they start to go toward Ruin. He was found in this position last time. Another good flash. Again, he sits in the open. He's going to have to rethink that post plant. This setup is getting torn apart. Lucas back in again. A 3rd kill on the way through. He gets shut down, but Hobbit's got to find 2 more. Same angle! Same angle! Oh my God, Hobbit!
What was that? It seemed like every clutch has fallen apart for Gambit so far. Immortals, the retakes have been so strong. It seemed like they've done it again, but Hobbit in the well manages to get 4 kills there. You could tell after the 3rd shot, he was almost certainly going to get the 4th as well. He's played amazingly throughout this final, especially in the first half of this map. But that's a hell of a round. The money's been kept modest for Immortals as well, Matt. They've been broken a few times. They haven't dropped a round yet, but every round's been close. Hobbit 4 versus 1. Manages to step up there, and it has to be a force buy from Immortals. Max 7s, M4s coming in. They'll take a pause just to calculate themselves. Oh, Zeus is loving that. They needed to catch a break. They couldn't find a single round here. And Immortals need to hold their nerve. Known to be a very emotional team. Can't let that distract them now.
Keep an eye on the economy and how the rounds transpire from here, because if Gambit inch it out, that saves them.
Absolutely. That's huge. Now look at the money situation. Deagles, UMPs, Max 7, no kits, little utility. It was looking so promising for Immortals. Just one mistake like that, or I guess a huge play from Gambit. It all falls apart. This round they lose that, which is quite likely considering the buy. It's 13-8, and the money's broken.
Bolts looking for it with the shotgun. Doja's got to be very careful. Barely takes any damage, but impactful gun. It doesn't take much to put someone down. Tagged on to 32. Will back off as well. Play another tight angle toward the doorway instead. Play. The defense has been hard to break at B.
It has.
Lucas and Henny are at the ready. Henny only with the deagle, but Lucas has the M4 and he's playing the angle to be baited in from CT. Smokes will be important, and it looks like they're going to go toward the B site in general. 43 to work with, so won't wait all day. Won't cost themselves any time. Can get chaotic quickly if they're not careful. Going to try and find the opening pick, but that angle is going to be lost in the smoke. Is all that remains, not the flames. Push straight through. And he wants to smoke in front of them and try and get the deagle in a position. Good shot, backs off through the edge of the water bin. Gets another. It's just set up. His brother actually stole it from him on the M4, but that's going to be pulled back by Zeus. Watch KNG as he sneaks back in. It's all down to Mo. He gets 1 out of 4, but he's got so little to work with. Bomb down inside of the site. Again, Immortals not broken. Not out of it, and may survive. 8 seconds. Mo's going to try and keep the AWP, and that is it. Whoa, they chase him. Be very careful.
This is why we love Inferno so much. These sort of plays, it can happen. The pistol, the M4 combo. The shotgun couldn't find much, but that crossfire certainly could. Immortals look like they're out of it. But now, returning the favor towards Gambit, their money is broken. That's a harsh reset. The scoreline in the second half currently sits at 5-1. The players on the Gambit side get $1,400 apiece. They save the AWP, and Matt, of course, they're forcing into it. They've been doing very well with the pistols. It's just been the closing few kills they can't find once the bomb's down. Hobbit stole the round away from Immortals, if you will. And they're trying to do the same thing once again. Reset the CTs in equal fashion.
That is their only round, by the way. Hobbit's heroics is the only thing that they have going for them on the T side. The force buys are getting costly. We know Immortals is very good CT started on Inferno.
Yeah, this is going the full distance now. The gloves are off. Third map of the major grand final.
And he waits with smoke down. Adren will get a lot closer. No one on his back to potentially boost behind the smoke. In perspective, Lucas is going more aggressive. Adren not around the corner yet. Transition complete. He won't be found.
Contact play. That is one mode of trying to find that first pick.
It's a contact play as well, and Lucas has just left. He's on Speedway, so with information, he can be back in time. He's got to be back now. He's going to have an open spray field to fire through, but can't get kills until the final and third. Doja is the one to fall. They can take Penny. If they can control his position, Hobbit will. They can get a plant down. Mo swings out. They're not ready for that because KNG was set to look back sight. And he's got an angle hovered off. He knows Lucas is inside of the pillar. They need utility to move him out. They get utility, and they get Mo off the op. Retake starts as Zeus and Hobbit have to hold, and Hobbit gets aggressive toward the ruins, but he gets traded back by Steel. Can't spray down 3 twice in a row, unfortunately for him. It's all Zeus. Not a lot to work with, 31 HP. Steel only has 1, but Bolts can play off of him. Smoke on the bomb already. Kits for Steel. Kits for Steel, who's the one with 1 HP. Getting closer for Zeus. He finds him and he backs away. Kit will be picked up by Bolts. But Zeus is going to sit on top of it. This will be the round. It's going to explode. It's going to be done. Bolts can get all the kills he likes. Gambit will get their 13th round.
That smoke they deploy to try and shield and cover the diffuser at that point. It was Steel with the kit, you're right. You cannot drop the kit to your teammate. He had to go for it. He goes to the full defuse, but Zeus, he takes an opportunity, sits in the smoke as well, and chaos ensues. Takes down the diffuser, manages to dance around on those coffins, and it's another huge round that this game just keeps swinging back and forth. And once again, the money broken, 13-9 in favor of Gambit. We take another pause. As you can see, the economic turmoil comes into play for Immortals once again. They're gonna have to force buy map. It's been working out for both sides. This round could do it for Gambit. Win this, that's it. Immortals got nothing left. And they could find themselves a touching distance of tournament championship point. Zeus, that's so big from him. He knows it as well.
He's all about it.
UMPs, max 7, 2 pistols. They've got 1 kit, bolts with no armor. That's how dire things are right now, but Gambit have given away a lot of these rounds.
Given away in dramatic fashion. Get to 14. It's just about closing it. Oh, the damage into the apartments. Bolt's lucky to get away. I wonder if that's a direct read of him having the shotgun the last time. That economy was a mixed bag. Doge is the same one that went the direction this time. He's got control of it without an exchange. Bomb waits with Mo at the bottom of mid. A little more forward for KNG as well behind the smoke at top mid. If they get close, he can pop out. He has to back off as that dissolves because he's sitting in the open.
Tension mounting now for Immortals. Everything on the line. This is so huge from them. The force fight's got to work. Damage inflicted towards Hobbit. That's about it so far. Mid control almost certainly coming in. CIS side. There's the passive hold from Immortals that don't really have the range to justify this. KNG alone in the archway has to do wonders here with the 5-7.
So many rounds when guns were not a factor and still were successful. Zeus starts to tear them apart. Mo goes in, Doja follows. Henny and Lucas, the two that remain, both with armor and UMPs are on piece, so I don't imagine they'll be moving far from there.
They have to save them. There's no other option. It's not great, it's not ideal, but you're definitely not going to win this round. UMPs will be saved, and I think if I'm Gambit, I maybe don't even hunt this one. I want to keep all my 5 players alive. Let them consider force buying again. Let them lose the next round by themselves, but just keep forcing into these situations. They won't be pushing for the kills at all. You can see Gambit, Zeus has made the call. We need money now. We keep getting reset. Keep all 5 players alive. Sure, if they've got UMPs, let them have them. You can keep them. Not a problem. And it will be 14-9. Much better round there from Gambit, who've given a lot away to the pistols. Immortals, though, doing significant damage. You can see Zeus, he was almost the first player to go down there. Down to 1 HP, but he finds the frag. They're getting 1 step closer to crowning a new major champion.
Hilariously, Doja goes to the corner of the pit to save.
The money map. What do they do here? Do they force into it? 1 away, $2,000 per player. It looks like that's the call. They're going to have to. Wow. SMGs, do or die time for the Immortals.
See if they live up to the name or not, because the AKs will be running rampant. Doja and Adren still on the UMPs. Fast setup. Typically they play as a field without a fence on the CT side and try and push and get control. They've been put in their place by Gambit. And without utility, we knew it was going to be an issue. They can't get the double op. They can't control the bottom of Banana without smokes and Molotovs to get position. Ult's the one that's, again, the one that's relegated to the Deagle. 7 and 17, he's been a little slower. Doja's on 9 and 13, but he's had his moments.
It all comes to this point here. Immortals win this round. We've already seen all 30 lose this. It's done in the next. UMPs, 1 Deagle, barely any utility, and Hobbit has banana control as well. So many variables working against the Brazilian side here. Their first major in the grand final comes down to this moment here. Gambit with the mid control as they go towards Arch. 1 player defending that side of the map. It's KNG. He's been phenomenal in this tournament. Has he got anything left?
Knows they're there, but doesn't have the range. But he gets the information for free without peeking. Damage done on Doja and Zeus on quad side. It could actually slow them down. Bolt is going to push up. He's pushed up in apartments to take the bomb down. It's a good position to hold. KNG tagged off by the Molotov, confirms they're at least not to the archway yet, so hold station on the CT side. Bolts inevitably perishes, overwhelmed in the position he was with only the pistol, but KNG compensates for it by getting closer to Steel. Not going to try and throw himself into the corner and bait them in. Hobbit gets the kill. KNG again to step up, goes back out, pretty fire, but the Dren wraps around, bomb grabbed. In a 2 versus 2 where again it's the players from B that have to rotate back over.
Here we go, the twins going at it. No kits, SMGs available, and 1 flashbang. That's about it. Can they do anything with this?
Lucas continues to push toward the hay bale, closer still to Adren. Does bait him out with some quick shots. Will be able to capitalize. Does get a headshot on the back of Mo. He's left in the open between the 2 of them. Lucas tagged very low as Adren wants to find an angle. Can't find the low HP, and the force buy works. Immortals will stay alive.
How have they done that? That's unbelievably good. The UMPs coming in, the B players, Henny and Lucas. No kits available. Surely Adren finds that kill on the bomb side, but he can't do it. Sometimes these are the hardest rounds to close out, knowing it will just take 1 to get you to that championship point, up against the pistols, up against almost nothing there. And you just lose 1 kill. It gets very chaotic. We said KNG, he's been fantastic this tournament. He finds 2 huge kills there on the bomb side. And the twins, they managed to hold it together just about. They know that's huge. Gambit, so close to winning this major. Need to hold their nerve here. Immortals, they'll be fired up after that one. But they're not done just yet.
Gambit with the last buy before break. Be the last buy for them in the game, though. They'll have time to build money back.
Well, this map, it's been scrappy at times. The force buys seem to be working out for both teams here. We've had some huge clutches, some emotional moments, but now it's up to Gambit to compose themselves after that defeat and work out how they win round number 25, knowing still if they win this round, it's match point, championship point, and it's a full reset for Immortals as well. The Brazilians very aware of that fact. They're hardly established right now. No AWP to speak of. Couple of kits, they do have decent utility, and rifles across the board. Let's see what Gambit has got after taking the pause.
They play again to put utility down toward Henny, but this time they look like they do want to get a little more aggressive. No AWP still. None at all, in fact. Out boiler, nade, bounces, quite reach towards Steel. Very passive inside of B as well. Looks like I believe they've got the boost, new box boost. Indeed for Henny. Damage done by the nade as Doge has already tucked his way into the corner. Six seconds, patience from Gambit. They're forced just on time factor alone, KNG to go back over to help the 2 players at B because how lack of information, how passive they are, the lack of information is concerning to them. This is the right time to strike on it. Only 2 players left here. Doesn't matter if there's 2 or not because they get 2 kills on themselves. Good crossfire set. Steel goes hunting back though, Doja. The kill, but the bomb goes down, and now it's him inside of the pit that has to work quickly with Hobbit to try and clear the site and get the bomb planted. Good shot for Hobbit. Plants toward default. KNG's hot on their heels. He's already in position. Doja's got to hold the angle. Hobbit nearly gets found. No complete kill for KNG as he stops firing a little bit too soon. That leaves Doja alive. He finds 1 more, 21. He's got to play for Hobbit. He's got to be Hobbit's best friend in the round if they want any chance. And the closer they get, the more threatening Hobbit becomes. Doja has no escape from where he is, so they're sitting back as far as they like. Smokes go down, he'll take advantage. It's his only chance out. It's KNG taps, Hobbit sprays, Doja down. Oh, Hobbit sprays but doesn't get it. He's all over it. He's got it that time. KNG's out of it. Henny's got to play it. Another heroic play for Hobbit potentially. As Henny taps once more, but this will be the last tap. The next will have to be the hold, and Hobbit wraps around. On the Glock, on the championship point, and it's all by Hobbit.
Zeus, can't believe it. What a clutch from Hobbit once again. It was so close, desperately holding on to it. 4-on-2 situation. And it's another full reset, man. They get $1,400 per player at championship point. Hobbit finishes off with the Glock. That's just sick. They know what that means. Have to keep it together. The punch to the desk with the fist bump straight after. The team that call themselves the family need to find some mental fortitude right now. What can they do? The Mag 7, CZ 5-7. It's not looking good. They need to find 5 rounds in a row. The last tactical time I hear for Immortals. They had to dig deep before, but they had even more to work with. This is scary. You saw the celebration from Zeus there, Matt. He knows what that round meant. Just that one round alone to break the economy and find the match point.
And if better time than ever, 1 million viewers to watch. Gambit potentially take their first major. 26 kills for Hobbit. And he has had incredible impact. It's on to a shotgun for bolts and pistols for the Brazilians. To try and survive. Crowd certainly has rallied behind Gambit rather than Immortals, who knocked out their beloved VP. It starts off Mo through the wall. They've been spraying it numerous times, and this time Bolts gets found in the hallway. 4 kills to go. The shotgun down as well, and Steel's tempted to try and grab it, but doesn't know exactly what waits in the stairwell. Toward middle. Doja inside a boiler. Steel is tempted. He needs to do something. They have to on the CT side. They've got to catch someone off and get a kill early. Well, they won't have a chance to. Avery grabbed the shotgun. This could cost Doja. Jumps up, window spot. Just barely gets off before Steel can respond, and they're going to bail. They're going to run, and thankfully so, because Mo wraps around top mid. He walks directly into KNG. Shotgun does get a kill, but not by the man who bought it. Back over to B instead. Lucas has presumed this to be true based on the kill alone in apartments. He'll get there, but smoked off. Henny's alone, at least for now. And what's the ball from Lucas? The call is the gap in the smoke. Good shot. Doja back in. Better shot from Henny. Still on the pistol, but they follow up to take him down. And a ball played in a 2 versus 2. Gambit just have to hold off. They won't waste much time grouping as Steel has the kit. KNG is there. They picked up a Galil to work with. 5-7 to lead the charge. It's too far away for the shotgun to be helpful. Take it back because he thinks otherwise. They'll go aggressive. No one peeking, so he'll take every inch he can get to make this an instant kill on the shotgun. Crossfire set, he's found! Steel trades it, Steel goes for more, it's done! Gambit have done it!
After getting battered on cobblestone, it looked like Gambit were not going to arrive in this grand final. But they showed us strength on the second map. And the third, that delivered. That's what a grand final should play out. Clutches all over the place, force buys working out. And they do it in 3 maps. What an epic third map to finish it off as well. Commiserations to the Brazilians. They've looked fantastic throughout their first ever major. They've made it to the grand final in 3 maps as well. It wasn't quite enough. But here they come.
An unlikely final, but worthy of every round. What a performance from all 10 players. Everyone had their moments. Both of them in their first final. Zeus, it's his 3rd, and he finally achieves it, the dream true. Incredible all the way, and hands well deserved, but it's the red star that rises. The second major of 2017, and the champions are Gambit. And what a way to do it, dropping only 2 maps. Beating Astralis, defending champions who knocked out SK, who were the favorites. And again, Adren rised up in the playoffs. You said he was slow in the start of this game. He was. First map, he was nowhere to be seen. But then he immediately shows up on this map. Hobbit and him, I think, combined had over 50 kills.
It's Hobbit all the way in that third map as well. They couldn't get going in the second half at all, but he found the clutches, and there they are. They've done it.
Well, they're on stage with Scoots, waiting for the moment, waiting for the trophy. He's standing by.
All right, here they are, Gambit Esports. I'm going to start with you, Adren. Hell of a match. It comes down to Inferno. It kind of comes down to you two guys closing down Banana in the start of it. Maybe the match of his life. How you feeling?
No words. Sorry. I can't talk anymore. Sorry.
That's all right.
Guys, I just want to say that just believe your dream, follow your dream, and just work a lot. Thank you, guys. Thank you a lot.
I have one more question. One more very, very, very important question for you. You tweeted, "I will not give up till I win a mother beep in major." You just did that. Now what are you going to do?
I just say, Olaf Meister, I love you. And second, God help me, and I won major. Woo!
There you have it. Gentlemen, take your trophy. Take it.
There we have it then. The PGL Major Krakow comes to an end with the confetti raining down on Gambit Esports, the champions of this particular major. The first Ukrainian, the first Russian, and the first Kazakhstan players to win a major in CSGO history. Absolutely incredible scenes in the grand final. And didn't they do it the hard way? After that first map, you had no idea that they would have that capacity in them to come back, Moses.
First map with how well they played moving forward. I mean, Hobbit, Adren, these guys were god tier on this map. This was incredible stuff from all of them. And yeah, that's a true champion performance, because they were actually, even on Inferno, they looked down and out. And it's kind of interesting that Inferno was actually, what, 16-10, Train was 16-11, but it feels like Inferno was much, much closer. The amount of clutch rounds they had to fight through, the amount of like really bad situations they were in, and just time after time, Hobbit just bailed them out repeatedly.
Hobbit with his clutches, Zeus with the clutches, they really needed to bring everything they've got into this game to be able to close it out. Despite the result, as Jason pointed out, being 16-10, this game felt a lot more close. When you look at how the economy game went, how Gambit constantly with those force buys, half buys in the second half, we really were wondering, why don't you just eco and like have a normal buy? Do you have a strong T side, have a good in-game leader, you have good players, you know? Why are you potentially letting Immortals come back into this game? And it was the Hobbit clutch that really like got them that one round win that they were force buying for, and that kind of broke Immortals' economy.
Yeah, and then on top of that, some god tier play from both Dozier, and I have to say that clutch, the 1v2, was just absolute genius from Zeus towards the end. That got them to that edge of the major, which, you know, you kind of look at it afterwards and you think, actually, that's so smart to have that ability to do that in a major final right at the end of the match.
Yeah, it's brilliant stuff. This is his third attempt. It's so well earned. I mean, that's all the experience that he's had, and being able to pull this team together. But really, part of it is it's so fitting for Gambit that, you know, what marked them being a dangerous team on the scale of Tier 1 teams was last year Hobbit's emergence as a really strong player. And what's gotten them the trophy here at the end of the day at the major is, once again, Hobbit. I mean, you can't underplay the performance this guy had. Tactically, though, they did such a good job on their CT side. Like, their banana control, Hobbit and Adren together, just two stellar games. I think that's where Immortals loses it. You know, if you go back and watch that VOD, it took them 11 rounds to really get in the mood to challenge Banana after the first two gun rounds, maybe.
Yeah, to do it in a proper way. They did try it in a slow default style early on, and they were just getting punished for it because Gambit did have the economy like we were talking about. They had the utility, they had the AWP, and we're just doing a great job on the CT side. I think Immortals are definitely going to regret not being more aggressive, despite not winning pistol, right? It's hard to go into a first gun round with something explosive and you're already 3-0 down. You know, if you lose that, then you're most likely 5-0 down. You know, your opponents have a strong economy, they have all the momentum, but you need to look at the big picture, right? You need to look at what worked for you in that game against Virtus Pro, what fits your players in terms of play style, and I think it's definitely going to be regret from the Immortals side.
Yeah, I mean, let's just wrap up on them because they've still had an amazing tournament. It reached a major final, but it must be awfully disappointing for them to return to Brazil without the trophy.
Definitely, especially because they've seen obviously firsthand what it's like when their countrymen bring it home. I think the big worry for Immortals right now is you have to say very happy they obviously picked up KNG. They look like a very dangerous team with him, but you know, you hope this isn't just a one-off event, like one legendary run to the grand finals in its tournament of upsets. Because I mean, you look at a team like SK that they know. I mean, not even making it to the semifinals. You look at Astralis, you look at VP. These teams have all won championships and they've struggled to get back to it. Astralis trying to string two together. So you just want, if you're an Immortals player, to make sure, like Hobbit said after the thing, they have to keep working hard and make sure that window of opportunity to make another run like this stays open as long as possible.
Okay, we've got Adren joining us now from backstage somewhere. I don't know where he is right now, or whether he's even able to speak to us. Adren, congratulations, you are a major champion. I don't understand what it means to you, but perhaps you can gather some words for us and what it means to you.
I don't have any words. I still don't believe that we won.
Maybe you have to have a sleep and wake up tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
What does this mean for the country of Kazakhstan as well? I know there's 3 of you in the team, and you don't always get the press and the highlights. No one really talks about Kazakhstan CS, do they? So what does it mean to you and the country and the community?
It means a lot. It means we are going to the next level of the esports in Kazakhstan and the whole CIS region. So I don't know. This is a big trophy for us, especially for whole of my team. So this is incredible. I don't have words, sorry. My English is so bad right now.
No, your English is absolutely fine, Adren, please. When you spoke to me on the very first day, before you played the first games, we had a chat and you said, we're playing so bad. Our practice was awful. We haven't won any matches. You were a mess. You were like, I don't know how we're going to get out of the groups. Can you believe what you've just been through?
No, I can't believe it, because before the game, before the major starts, we've been definitely worst team ever. That we lost to every single team that we're playing on practice. No matter it's one tier 1, tier 2 or tier 20, we just lost every match. So I don't know how it happened. It's a magic, I don't know.
It's definitely magic, that's for sure.
Yeah, I was wondering, I mean, we can obviously tell how much it means to you right now. You're out of breath just after winning the trophy, but what's it like leaving that first map after just getting ran over, you know, not having a good individual game? What's the conversation like in the team? Is it just, guys, we got to pick this up, we got to do something better, or are you a little bit hard on yourself individually?
Everything was just, we talked about, like, it was the first map. No matter what happened on the first map, this was their pick. We got our strong map train, so we just have to wake up and keep rolling like it was before. Just forget about first map and just do what we have to do. That is all conversation. Just, guys, wake up. This is a major final. Right now, you should win it. That's all.
I got a question. How difficult was it for you guys in the second half of Inferno, right? It was obvious you were force buying a lot to try and break their economy. There were a lot of close rounds, but it turned into a lot of weird buys where you had Tech 9s and armor, and then the next round you didn't have enough for AKs and grenades, so you went into another tech round. Like, what was like the mood like for you guys? Were you calm throughout it? Did you just know that you wanted to keep on doing economic damage? Or?
We just knew that we were going to do economic damage. We didn't expect that we don't have a lot of money for AK, so everything. It's a major final. You don't know what is happening actually.
Fair enough, until Hobbit steps in and then wins a big clutch.
Beast. Yeah, speak about that, because we asked you the question, how long until Hobbit is one of the best players in the world, and you said he needed another year. Was this, he seems to have fast-tracked that program
maybe 3 or 4 months now.
Definitely speeded things up. All right, Dran, we're going to let you go. I know that you've got some celebrating to do with the team. I know they're heading back, picking all their bits and pieces up.
Congratulations,
again, yeah, congrats on becoming a major champion, Adren.
Thank you.
Incredible story. For Adren, a man that's been around for a very long time, back right to the 1.6 days and coming all the way through into Counter-Strike Global Offensive. And at the age of 27, he becomes a major champion, alongside a man that we've been talking about all week as potentially getting over the hurdle. He's been to 2 finals with Na'Vi before, and suddenly Zeus takes them back to the final, and it's Gambit, a completely brand new set of players. First time any in-game leader's ever done it. And this time, third time is the charm.
You know, I think he was the most important player for this Gambit's run. When you look at how things developed, right? You look back at that semifinal against Astralis, the call that he made, that sort of timeout, that really turned things around. Of course, you still need to get the kills, but like being aware of the situation. I think actually one of the big differences between Na'Vi, his runs in Na'Vi in the grand final and here, is that, you know, these players are more humble perhaps, and they listen to him more, and he has more authority here. When you look at the grand finals Na'Vi played, it was a very, very close first map that they would lose, I think, even both times in overtime, and then they just fall flat on the second map. They get blown out of the server because the emotions run too high. There's you know, too much tilt going on perhaps, while here he's able to reset his players, he's able to lead the team properly, and that, you know, eventually brings back the confidence into the individuals, and then you see what happens on the deciding map. Just highlight clutches from both Hobbit, from Zeus himself, Mo playing well, and it, you know, crowns itself with a major title.
Let's take a look back at some of the highlights from that last map and enjoy them once more if you're a Gambit fan.
This, I mean, the amount of clutches that come out in this game, and it looked like, honest to God, Gambit was just going to run away with it. It was great recovery by Immortals finally at the end, like we said. Once they started properly pressuring Banana, once they went back to it and said, all right, it doesn't matter what we do anymore, we just have to be able to take control of Banana on the terrorist side. Eventually they found it out. Eventually they do it, script together enough rounds to give them a chance. And actually, if you go into the second half, I mean, Gambit looked like they didn't have a good game plan either. Gambit looked like they were a bit lost, and it is only that clutch of Hobbit that pulls them out of it, the 1-on-3 win, because before that, they were getting nowhere. They weren't even getting bomb plants. Yanko just asked him about the repeated 4-buys. It's just, you're not making your way into the site. All you're having is Tech 9s repeatedly over and over, just the money bonus building up. That's all they had going for them.
I think the third round was the most definitive one, where they had, you know, around 3,000, and that's where you either go full in, buy Tech 9s, buy all the utility, you maybe drop an AK or two, you exchange that, and you go for the reset, or you go for a full eco and then go into the buy round. They did neither. That, you know, made it very, very strange for them in the following couple of rounds. And listening, hope he doesn't win that round. That gives Immortals even more momentum. You have to remember, it was like a 1v3, but it was a 2v4. You know, it was very strange. He got, I think, a 4K in that round. So luckily for them that happened. If that doesn't happen, you wonder whether Immortals run away with the game.
And we should touch on Mo for just a second, because we've talked a lot about, you know, Zeus, we've talked a lot about Hobbit and Adren, obviously, with good reason, but this guy, he was stellar as well. Outside of, you know, the good map he had earlier, on this map, that he was one of the players who had another good clutch here on Inferno inside that 8-bomb site. His opping has been incredible, and lucky for him in this map, he didn't really have to duel any of the oppers on the Immortal side. That was maybe one benefit they had, is that they kept the ops out of the hands of Henny and KNG as much as humanly possible. But Mo just had a little bit more freedom to him, and he quietly had a very good third map. 20 and 16 with 83 ADR. That's not a bad performance at all.
Fantastic stuff.
It's very important to note what Adren said, especially for these two teams who are not used to playing in grand finals in general, let alone a major grand final is. It's a major grand final. You have no idea what's happening, you know, so that's why we saw some sloppy play from Gambit in the second half as well, losing to a couple of force buys where they maybe should have closed the game out early, and that's probably why Immortals weren't more aggressive in the first half on the terrorist side.
There is this weird trend when you're on a stage like this and you're inexperienced about it, where the matches just seem to fly by. Like, no matter how close it is, all of a sudden you'll just look up and the match is over, and you don't really remember exactly what was happening, what the conversations were. So there's probably is an element of that, and I think it was great all through this game, being able to watch Zeus's reactions and Zeus's camera. I mean, he was struggling so much to make it through this match. It's unbelievable.
I mean, in that 15th, when they hit 15 as well, Yanko, he had that moment where he initially cheered and he screamed, and then he laid back in his chair,
relief,
and he looked just absolutely broken. He went from like elation to broken in the space of a second.
Because that was a huge round for Gambit. They spent all their money into that round, and that was the clutch as well, winning it for them. And he knew that Immortals' money is low as well. That at 15-10 basically it's their round and their game to lose pretty much. So they did eventually manage to close it out with that 2v2 from him and Adren.
And the extra, you know, punch to the gut as well as the following round to get there under the 16th. Mo's just spammed someone right through the wall. That's like the worst feeling ever if you're Immortals. So
Boltz was having a rough game already.
Yeah, right, as if things couldn't have gone any worse. Yeah, brilliant performance from Gambit, keeping their calm in those clutches.
We'll take a look at the scoreboard by Boomio for this particular map. And obviously, overall, I just want to mention as well, Mo was 62 for 48 over the series, plus 14. 1.19 rating on HLTV. And likewise on Immortals, Henny was also plus 14. 53 for 39 on the other side of things as well. Only 4 players in this entire final stayed positive, 2 on each side. Just shows you how competitive it was.
It was a brawl, and it's also, I mean, especially in the case of Immortals, we talked about they seemingly had 4 different players pretty consistently step up in each and every matches, and same with Gambit. You know, Adren was like the group stages, and after that he was quiet. It was guys like Hobbit and guys like Mo.
Yep. Let's take a look at our MVP, and it is, of course, the one and only Hobbit. Got all the plaudits at the end, and yeah, there were times in the group stages where you thought, okay, well, Adren's shown up, that's okay, that's cool, he's having massive games, but where's Hobbit? We were expecting more from him. Well, it just shows, we just have to wait for the playoffs, I guess.
Yeah. I think Hobbit could have had 15 kills less, and his impact, he will probably still be the MVP because of those 2 clutches that he won. Yep. That's just like that completely turns the game around for Gambit.
Yeah, and look at the stats as well. I mean, there's just so much on there, isn't there? Every box is filled with numbers.
Yeah, he was so very good. I mean, in so many different ways, and that's why it was kind of funny just when Adren had mentioned, you know, he needs another year to 2 years, and he'll be one of the best players.
It's shortened.
And it's sped up quite a bit now. This experience of being on the stage of winning a major final is definitely going to improve that. And I mean, this is just immense growth from him since we first saw him basically in action at DreamHack winner last year in November.
Quick word for Adren as well. He finishes the 4th highest rated player at the major overall. Hobbit and Mo push themselves up into the top 20 after their performances. Simple actually finishes as the most highly rated player of the tournament, only playing 4 maps as well.
Yeah, out in groups too. Yeah, I think there's no doubt that for the whole tournament, Adren is the MVP basically because he had strong performances to start off in the groups. You know, we were saying that because of how Gambit got into the tournament, very low confidence because of all the practice situation, you know, emotions running high. They needed that strong start to regain the confidence and start playing like they can. So he didn't really underperform in the playoffs. Sure, he wasn't the carry type of a player that he was in groups. The rest of the team stepped up as well, but I think just the consistency from him in this tournament and in the playoffs really earns him the MVP medal.
Yeah, he finishes with plus 42 and a 1.26 rating as well. Decent stuff from him. And Gambit only dropped 2 maps over the entire tournament as well, and not bad.
One of them to Astralis, who you could argue would be one of the best teams, maybe even the best team in the world. They're a very dangerous squad, obviously, coming into this. So I think that's the most surprising thing, is just with all the conversation that they had about how bad their boot camp was, just to watch them be able to lift the trophy at the end of it. There is like a weird trend where if you go into a tournament with some bad practice, you know, sometimes it turns out okay. For whatever reason, sometimes you actually end up doing okay. But to the extent of which they've described it as, of just being like a nightmare, and with all the rumors we have swirling around, this is an incredible victory for these guys.
Thank you very much, gents. It's time to shut the show and bring to a close the PGL Major Krakow. We hope you've enjoyed the coverage over the last 8 days. I certainly have enjoyed bringing it to you alongside all of the talent that we've had on display here. It has been a phenomenal set of talent as well. I'd like to thank all the analysts, all 5 of them, for being at the desk and putting up with my jokes. And also to all of the commentary team, the observers, Scott and Pala, obviously, for bringing in the extra content as well. And everyone here at PGL for looking after us so well over the last 8 days. All good things have to come to an end, though, and the Krakow Major has come to a close. The winners, they say it takes a lot to win a major. We wouldn't believe how much it takes to win a major. We still don't know how much it takes to win a major, but you can guarantee that there'll be major celebrations tonight for Gambit Gaming. They are the winners of the PGL Major here in Krakow. We'll see you next time.